Hello, my name is James Olsen from Reality Sales Training, and welcome to the Sales Reality Check. Today we're going to talk about what I call bid busting, or breaking bids or busting bids. A lot of clients come to me and they say, James, salesmanship doesn't really matter. I just have to put in the bid and they buy it from the least, it's 3 bids and a buy. They buy it from the least expensive person and salesmanship doesn't have anything to do with it. Well, that's not true. And if it is true, go get another job because we can just get somebody else to fill out the bid and we don't need salespeople. So, number 1 for salespeople, okay, I'm going to give you 10 things or 12 things. Number 1, build a business where people are buying from you because it's you, where you don't have to fill out bids. That's number 1. It may not happen tomorrow, it may not happen in the next 6 months, but over 5 to 6 years, if you work hard at it, if we work hard at it, we can build a business where people buy from us because of us. Number 2, you get the bid, the RFQ from the customer, decommoditize the bid. Make sure that you go over it. So many salespeople just take the bid and then they get back in the office and they start filling it out. We have to ask the customer a lot of questions. One of the biggest things that I hear from people is, well, the other guy always changes the bid around and he doesn't bid it exactly the way, and so of course, the way it's bid out, and so of course I miss the business. Well, go over it with the client and make sure that you know all the nuances. Number 1, like shipment. If the customer says, must ship within 3 weeks. Well, is there a penalty for shipment, for late shipment? So you ask those kinds of questions. So if you're bidding in exactly the way they're asking and the person that's getting the bid is not, don't be a victim. Figure out where the loose parts in the bid process are. That's what, if you're going to be in the bid business, which I recommend that we're not, but if we're going to be in the bid business, we have to figure out where, just like when the customer says, I want it to ship in 3 weeks and he'll actually live with 4, the bid says it has to be in 3 weeks, maybe it will live with 4 also. But the only way to find that out is to decommoditize the bid. You work the bid collector, you talk to them, and you make sure that if there are penalties for any late shipment or not, that you know it. Present the bid. Don't just send a bid in. Make sure that all the buyers are going to be present and present the bid to the customer. Okay, that's what a lot of salespeople just send it in. Well, that's not a sales call, is it? So make sure everybody's going to be there, ask them if they'll be there, and then present the bid. Ask the customer, when will they place the order? Well, we need this bid back to you by Friday. When are you going to place the order? Just ask them and make sure you get an answer. If they dodge in that answer, continue to dig in. Be the last bidder. Took me a long time to learn this. Be the last bidder. So that's why we ask, when do the bids have to be in and when are you going to place the order? Speak assumptively. Don't act like you're filling in a bid, then they're just going to let you fill in a bid. If you act as if they're going to buy it from you, then we have a better chance. Create an environment of yes. Another great thing that you can do if you're in the bid business, you're doing it all the time, and aggressive sellers do this, they don't fill out the bid, they turn in the bid with a great price, but they don't fill out the specs. Then the customer has to come back and say, well, I love your price, John, but what about the specs? And then John says, well, if you want to do business with me, I'll tell you what the specs are. So now we're out of the bid business and we're in a closing business. A lot better business for us. Or you can give them a bid with a time limit. So give them a very aggressive bid, but say, I need an answer in the next 3 hours or the next day. A lot of sellers don't want to do these kinds of things, and then they act like victims, they talk like victims, they get treated like victims. Well, if you want to be in the victim business, then just keep doing the bid business the way that you're doing it now. If you want to get out of that, try some of the things I'm talking to you about. Then another thing is know your details, especially if we're going to customize the bid or change the bid around a little bit that maybe suits the customer better. If you know your details, you can close the customer. If you don't, they're just going to go right back to the bid. So don't go into a bid process without knowing the details. Ask for the order. So many people that turn in a bid, they turn in the bid and wait to see what the customer is going to say. You have to say, here's my bid, John, let's go over it so we can start on it today. Ask for the order. Make it a sales call, not a bid call. And in the end, I want to go back to rule number 1, which is build a business with people that will buy from you for you. My name is James Olsen with Reality Sales Training. I appreciate you tuning into the Sales Reality Check. And until next time, let's go get an order.